Underwater blue flame swimming in smoke to a cave with a fist full of crystals. Dead center in the making of minerals, never been broke, so tell me what's the fix for it. Send him home, Connie, then.
There's third eyes in the record, there's snake eyes. Both of those get referenced a couple of times. What's the significance of eyes?
Cinema, cinema, blank, cinema, cinema, blank. Lightning strikes a random chord, 7 babies being born, purges.
I had a ball python named Chiron when I was like 12.
Yeah.
And I like had these little pliers that I would hold. You take the frozen mouse, put it in the microwave for like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
No longer than 45 seconds.
Okay.
Or it could like blow up. Yeah, to feed Chiron, and you take my dad made like a little wood, like a bracket with like a chicken wire mesh or whatever.
Yeah.
So I lifted up, dangling the mouse that was like steaming or whatnot, like seen him come up and then like sits just like he always did, and then I looked and it was like his eyes were he was like shedding or whatever, so there's like the glaze over the eyes or whatnot. He struck and then hit my finger, and I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And the tooth broke. I took the head and like pulled it off, and a tooth broke out in my finger, and I went out in the living room and like pulled it out. And so one of my earliest memories as a kid is like interacting with snakes.
So when you say snake eyes, do you have snake eyes?
When I was growing up or whatever, people were like, what's your animal ally or whatever, and it was always a snake. As I get older, then there's just I continuously feel drawn towards the snake and the way that they move, and kind of what they symbolize to me.
Nerves thicker than a ruler's flesh, stretch silver snake shedding skin, dripping beads of sweat.
So I was not the one who was like, let's have the album be all about Kairos. Chris was the one that was like, dude, all these.
All right, I'll break it down. I'll break it down right
Chris,
now.
All these songs are connected by Kairos.
All right, check it out. I was in West St. Paul, full moon, smoking tobacco in a state of shadow conflict. Not sure exactly what I was doing. I had been reading Carl Jung, and the archetype of the wounded healer, Chiron, came up, and it like really struck me. And I was on the phone with my brother, and my brother was like, have you ever heard of Kairos? And I was like, no, I haven't heard of Kairos. What's Kairos about? He's like, Kairos means like the supreme moment, everything happening at once.
So one of the first concepts we talked about for the art was like a plane in the middle.
Yeah.
And then on one side there would be what we consider like modern day, and then on the other side there would be like an octopus or some symbol like piercing through. There's like an ancient creature that was now piercing through on the left, but on the right side you saw like basically like the infinity of history.
Right.
So it's like
infinity is the term that comes up throughout the record.
So like every moment ever, or every moment in the future and the past happening at one time. Yeah. That's what I assumed Kairos meant.
Octopi show up throughout the record. What's the particular significance of the octopus?
Question.
Well, the octopus is something you can't really pin down, and that is capable of morphing constantly and has a very short lifespan.
Okay.
And is kind of, like the spirit of the underworld.
The underworld's going to be important in the record. What's the significance of the underworld?
Well, I don't know. If you look at it like the unconscious, even like collective symbols, pulses, archetypes, patterns, themes, like glistening points of collective archetypal versus like, this is me, I am this person existing in this moment in time, blah blah blah.
Yeah. So archetypes in general, you happen to be thinking of the archetype of the wounded healer. Can you explain, so what is the archetype of the wounded healer?
In short, it's kind of like the idea of before you can, offer, I don't want to even say a healer for somebody else, but before you can be in a position of being part of a healing process with another individual, you have to have had touched that flame in some sense. So you had to have went through that kind of experience to really have it like, yes, I understand, like I'm here with you or whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my understanding of it.
Yeah, and we have a song featuring Dem Atlas called Touch the Flame.
Yeah.
I know my thoughts must be that poison in my veins. Poison, it's in vain. I got the idea of the generational wounding through like different ideations and belief systems that are passed down. One thing that comes up through this process for me is like the upbringing in a fundamentalist perspective and like some of the beliefs that came with that, being told from somebody in authority when you're 5 years old, like this is what this is and this is what's going to happen if you do that, and this is good and this is bad. It's kind of what comes to mind for me right now.
It comes to mind for me because it's right at the heart of the record. Like, there's 11 tracks on. This is part one of a two-part. There's 22 tracks in total, aren't there? But right at the heart of part one, there's a piece where you and or perhaps another Krane are reflecting on a religious upbringing. Forgiven Blood features Kyle Keller. Who is Kyle Keller?
Kyle is my brother.
Yeah. And what's his contribution?
My blood bro. Oh man, his contribution is
the
very
song,
crucial.
Well, Chris just mentioned how Kyle was the one that suggested the title.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Of the record.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they were discussing concepts and Kyle suggested, have you ever heard of Kairos? And Chris grabbed onto that and it kind of guided Chris's thoughts, I think, conceptually.
Okay, and then what is Kyle doing on this song, Forgiven Blood?
He came over and we were talking and he started singing and it sounded sweet, and so we recorded it.
Forgiven Blood, right in the center of the record, seems to be the most just autobiographical, or just like here's a human being and their sibling like relating to something. And there's much less mythology, there's much less history. What's the special significance of this song, Forgiven Blood? Perhaps especially because you've got to involve your brother so much in it.
That's a good point, actually.